which one of those was the fact that MJF cut one of the best promos probably of the last 10 years.
Don't overhype it. Jesus Christ.
Don't be mad because I challenged you to cut an MJF promo and he raised the level. You can never do what he did on that show. Ever.
Yeah, I can. It's just CM Punk's promo.
Literally.
CM Punk's promo and just change some of the wording.
With the mic cutting off at the end.
Should I go on my rant now?
Go ahead.
No.
No?
I'm the boss.
Okay, go ahead. So finish your statement.
There is no rant. There's not going to be any rant from Xavier Mustafa. I know what you guys are all waiting on. Fuck that. Mustafa's going to be calm, cool, and collected over there. And be reasonable. Isn't that right, Mustafa?
This is me being reasonable, just like Scarlet Witch.
Nobody saw that movie.
Wow.
But yeah, MJF cut a promo. Essentially, it was his pipe bomb, like they said or alluded to. It was very similar in the vein of what CM Punk did. What was that, 9 years ago now? Except for his was in the ring. He dropped a bunch of naughty words you shouldn't say on television. He called his boss a fucking mark. Says the only position that Tony Khan should hold is on the other side of that guardrail with the rest of the fans, and that he should fire him because he refuses to pay him. He even asked Tony, "Would you pay me better if I was a former WWF star or a former WWE star?" And so he essentially turned babyface because he expressed a lot of the things that even the AEW fans have been thinking and feeling, and I am one of them. That we have a bloated roster where the homegrown talent and the independent talent that you brought in are becoming less and less featured every day, in my opinion.
MJF just basically said what the internet's been saying about AEW.
Yeah, which is true.
Just like fan service.
I do think that part of him feels that way too, though. I think it'd be hard to be in that company, especially as he likes to put it as one of the pillars of that company, to see all these guys come in and basically based off the work that you guys put in to get the TV contract that you guys got right before the pandemic hit and what the future deals possibly look like for television rights going forward, for them to pretty much come in and usurp all the positions that you guys should be holding through all your efforts and deeds over the past 3 years. But what do you guys think?
Look, I understand why they did the promo, but one of my problems with it was they kind of shit on Wardlow in this sense. He got stretchered out on Sunday. Wednesday, he was fine. At least put on a fucking neck brace.
I agree.
So, all right. So this is one of those things where, now granted, I do want to kind of call MJF selfish for this.
Hold on, this sounds like a rant.
Even though I know this is all worked out. This is all in the back. I know Tony Khan gave him the approval for this because let's be real. When somebody jumps a barricade at an event, they are quick to cut the cameras away. Security is on their butt. You mean to tell me MJF got to walk all the way down to the ring, get in the ring, and talk for 15 minutes before they finally cut the mic? Okay. All right. Bullshit. And it was damn near word for word the pipe bomb promo. That's bullshit as well. Change it up. It's the same shit. I don't like my boss. My boss is treating me right. I hated it. And again, like Chris Black said.
Hey, watch your tone, man. This is sounding like a rant. We said that you're not allowed to do a rant.
You crapped over Wardlow, like Chris Black said, which I think is the ultimate disrespect in this whole thing, if we want to be honest.
Who's a homegrown talent?
Right. So you want to talk about pro homegrown talent, anti WWE, but yet you just crapped on all this hard work that you were a part of, bro. You helped this man get over. And I'm not trying to say MJF is a bad person or anything like that. I'm just saying this whole thing was kind of unnecessary and it could have been done a different way. If I was Tony Khan, the way I would have booked this is I would have had him voicing his opinion on everything outside of AEW, podcasts, interviews, all that stuff. That's when he should have been, because his fans, the WWE fans, are internet marks. 95% of them, if I had to put a number on it. So they would have got the word. And then they could do something where maybe, I don't know, maybe they get some people backstage talking about it, a camera overhears it, but they no-sell it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's ways they could have did it. For him to actually come out and cut a promo in the ring, that to me just took all the believability out of it. We all know this will work.
Right.
Anybody that doesn't think this will work, they're stupid.
It's like it may have, I'm almost convinced that it may have started as a shoot, but then they decided to start using it as a work. Like you said, there's no way in hell they gave him free range on a mic like that if he still had issues with AEW and with management. I think they should have just waited on the promo. Maybe they shouldn't even cut the promo. I don't want to jump ahead, so I'll save what I think should have happened with MJF. But I'll wait till we get to that point.
I'm just over crap like this being done, and then the internet wrestling community make it sound like it's the second coming of Jesus, when it is the same crap. But yet, somebody does do something different and it's kind of cool, and then the internet wrestling community craps on it. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Are we in Bizarro land?
No, I'll give MJF some credit. That was a very passionate promo that he cut. But like you said, if it was the first of its kind, maybe it could go down as the greatest promo ever. But it's not. Like you said, it was pretty much beat by beat, the pipe bomb promo. And that's kind of hard to beat nowadays. Like, anytime you talk like that or cut a promo like that, people automatically are going to compare it to the pipe bomb promo. So
that's what I was going to say, is that I feel that any wrestler who's going to have any complaints about the company they're working for, they're pretty much all going to have the same gripes. They don't get paid enough. They're not being booked correctly. The new guys are taking spots that the guys that busted their ass that are already in the company are going. That's gonna always be the same promo. Even if you go all the way back to I just had the name of my damn head. Brian Pillman, when he was in WCW and he was cutting the promo and talking about the Booker Man and all this type of stuff. What's really the major difference between what he was saying back then versus what CM Punk was saying in his pipe bomb? Pretty much, you guys are in the industry. I'm pretty sure if Xavier Mustafa gave Chris Black a microphone at a Legacy Pro show.
Well, let's talk about one that actually happened. You know which promo I'm talking about, right? TJ Ace.
Mm-hmm.
It was semi-shoot, but it was kind of the same thing, was it not?
It was.
Yeah,
but
you guys
it was
all gonna have the same complaints.
But it was a good promo.
That works a job. Like, if I ask you to cut a promo on your boss, it's probably gonna be the same thing. Like, you're bringing in all these new people and paying them $15 an hour when I've been here, and I was started out making $10 an hour. And now you want to pay me the same as this new guy that's coming in?
Calm down. I know that might be happening, at your job, but
but yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's very hard to have a quarrel with your employer and for it to be unique. That's all I'm trying to point out. So I think MJF's spin, his intensity was better. I'm not gonna say better, but it did set itself apart in tone.
But okay, so here's my problem with that promo. Outside of the money issues, and the only reason why fans are privy to that is because of the hissy fit that he kind of threw.
Yeah.
was allegedly, because I'm still not convinced that was a 100% shoot. Allegedly. So.
and the one thing I'll throw in there is, here's the major difference between CM Punk's pipe bomb and what MJF was saying. CM Punk's pipe bomb was about an out-of-touch old man and his cronies making decisions that are detrimental to the company, whereas MJF's whole argument is that this is somebody who's trying to be everybody's friend or too in tune with the internet wrestling community, and because of that, he's bringing in every Tom, Dick, and Harry possible instead of working with the pieces on the board that he already has.
Look, if Tony Khan actually knew how to, like, I don't know, speak publicly, that's a whole different subject. I'm beginning to not like the man, debate just based on how he's talking publicly. But if he had any type of charisma about himself, he probably could have cut a promo on MGF. He probably could have came out during that promo and started talking shit about, look, you're the one who's been booked like a big deal. You haven't wrestled as many matches as Kenny Omega, as Chris Jericho. Basically, AEW's been treating him with kid gloves.
And that was going to be one of my points as well. That was one of the things that I thought about that nobody else was really pointing out, so I'm glad you pointed it out, is that MJF can complain about how much he's not getting paid, and he talks about when he comes out there, he has to do a promo. He can't just hit a home run or whatever. He has to crush it every single time. Or what was it? I can't hit ground balls. I'm expected to knock it out the park every single time.
No, he had it right the first time. He's not expected to hit a home run. He's expected to hit a grand slam.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, you got to do that with your voice. AEW has protected your body better than anybody else in that company.
Yep. And the funny thing is, all of his matches, all of his feuds have been meaningful and memorable.
Even the Chris Jericho dancing segments.
Yeah, it's memorable.
He hasn't been asked to bleed except for in the CM Punk feud.
Right. Like you said, he's been working with Jericho's. He was working with CM Punk. He had a program with Cody Rhodes. Like, he's been given the star treatment as it is. So,
and then one of the things that Mustafa likes to say, and he hasn't said it yet, you signed that contract.
So deal with it until it expires.
Right.
You can ask for more money, but if you don't get it,
okay, all right. I'm not gonna rant. I'm just gonna say this. I know it's old news, but it's just like, let's say legitimately MJF had a problem with this contract. And let's say Tony Khan wasn't budging as far as, I'm not paying you till you sign a deal. Doesn't MJF know how to play the game? Maybe he's not in the business long enough. You wait until the very end of your contract. Because right now, Tony Khan ain't sweating that shit. He still got you for 18 months, player. So if I was MJF, I would have just, okay, I would have waited it out. And then when it came a day before my contract expired, it's like, okay, I expect this much. I want this much. In the meantime, if Tony doesn't want to pay him what he's worth, then go ahead and kind of talk with WWE. Make Tony sweat a bit. He'll open that wallet up. MJF did it wrong. You don't throw a fucking hissy fit with 18 months left. Again, allegedly, if this was a shoot.